I want to bring Evan with because this dude looks a little sketch.
You thought Evan was going to be able to handle him?
Well, he's got the hog. He's pretty big, so.
What, he's going to hit him with his...
You can see the thumbnail already. Pulling our pirate ship with our dually Ford Ranger.
I hope no one gets arrested. I'm not planning for that.
Hey guys, before we jump into the podcast, I have a word from today's sponsor, Factor. Want to budget this month by cutting back on takeout? Get Factor instead. Not only is Factor cheaper than takeout, but meals are ready even faster than restaurant delivery. Factor meal kits are ready in just 2 minutes. Seriously, guys, we love Factor. I feel good eating it. I save money by not ordering takeout. And one of my favorite parts is everybody stays at the shop and eats a quick meal so we get more work done. Head to factormeals.com/wideopen50 and use code wideopen50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code wideopen50 at factormeals.com/wideopen50 to get 50% off your first box. Seriously, guys, please order some Factor so they'll send us more food. Thank you. Support for today's episode comes from none other than Bespoke Post. They actually sent me this super awesome box over here called the Lazy Box, which comes with a pair of no-show socks, some fuel for post-sweat skin facial hydration, and then I believe these are some shorts, which they call the walk short. Lucky for you guys, we have 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up for boxofawesome.com and enter the code WIDEOPEN at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code WIDEOPEN for 20% off your first box. Boxofawesome.com, code WIDEOPEN.
You know what? I'm going to try the Jay Thomas method.
No headphones?
No headphones.
Why?
Last week, we filmed this TV show for our buddy Jay Thomas. He's our local radio friend. He's actually been a ride or die with us for a long time. But anyway, he does this show called Rides, and he hit us up and was like, hey, I want to come to your guys' shop, show all your cars, and do everything like that for my show. And, he's always had our back, and we were excited for the opportunity to do something with him. So we were like, of course. Well, then afterwards, we were sitting there talking like, hey, how long you been in radio for? He was like, 40 years.
40
we're like, no
years?
kidding. And so he was just, giving us advice on how to keep a conversation going or come to something like a podcast with like certain topics and then how to go deeper into them. But he was like, yeah, and if you're wearing headphones, I would just take those off. It feels a lot more natural. I was
Really?
like,
So you thought more natural without the headphones?
yeah.
Dude, he can talk to himself. It's actually so easy. Like we did a tour of all of our cars, and he goes and tours like crazy garages where it's like the random dude with a big barn that's like outside in the country. And then you walk in there and it's got every piece of memorabilia and every car is pristine with like 2 miles on it. So we aren't really as like normal clientele, but he was able to literally like talk to himself and just keep it going. It's pretty impressive.
Imagine doing a 3-hour show by yourself like 3 times a week.
Bro.
Like that's crazy.
You know
40 years.
You know what I thought was the most, I shouldn't say interesting, but the most funny part was when we had to do the show 3 times. We had to film it 3 times.
Oh my God.
Because the first time I didn't have a mic and they were like, go in there. And then they're like, oh, we should really have a mic on CJ. Let's redo it. Redid it again the second time. And I was like, okay, we knocked it out of the park there. 30 minutes later, guy just goes, oh, I wasn't recording.
It's literally his only job was he was sitting there with headphones on, holding a mic recording
He didn't
box.
hit record.
The whole show.
The whole damn show.
That was fucking funny. And then we're like, okay. So we had to redo it. And
So I have to make a purchase.
Ryan's buying another rights to another song. What song do you think it is? Comment down below. Can you imagine if that's what it was? He's like, I just got the 1.1% rights to Toxic by Britney Spears.
Oh my
think it's a
gosh.
good investment? I don't know.
That
I'd
might
say
be.
so.
That
Yeah,
might
yeah,
be.
actually.
I don't know about that song. That song is not.
Well, that was maybe a bad example, but so many people. Yo, running up Chill Bill for you, Rye. So many nice people for that one.
That is pretty nice.
I heard Ryan on the phone a little bit earlier. I don't want to
Should get in,
out
like,
what
a
he's
car?
buying. I was in the bathroom and he was out on the phone with like this lady. It sounded like, and I came out and listened to their conversation for like 5 minutes, and I was like, "What are you buying?" And
Maybe another Hummer.
well,
That'd be awesome.
that's what it sounded like when he was like, "Well, how shitty is the paint? Can you see the Bondo?"
That's what he said?
Well, that's like how it was going.
Oh.
Yeah,
Dude, I would.
I was like, "This dude just never learns."
I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen that would make all of us laugh. But like, yeah, if Ryan pulled up us unknowing with a new Hummer, we'd be like,
And it was yellow.
oh man, that'd be
even
great.
better.
like the same year, Hummer.
Yeah. I mean, just the old school Hummer, because they do exist out there, like still cherry. And the worst part is they're way more than 10 grand, which is kind of a crime. But
I think the Hummer joke is just not fair anymore. You know, it's proven itself time and time over again. I can't sit here and rag on it too hard.
It's damn near got. I mean, like, let's compare just as much fame as like the Lambo.
Probably more, way
More.
more.
It's probably produced more hits and views than Ben's
I would say
Lambo.
yeah, hits
For sure.
Probably 10 times over.
Well, I wouldn't quite go that far.
Like, it's memorable. You know, like,
You know, it's actually
no,
cool.
I mean, let's be real. Like Ben's Lambo is very memorable. Everyone snap
not
pics of
really
it all
though.
the
It's
time.
just like a stock Lambo as
I
far as the
mean-
internet goes.
Well, yeah.
You know?
No, yeah, within the group.
Like
you're
every
right. Yeah.
every YouTuber has a Lambo.
CJ,
You got to wide body that bitch and like, I don't know.
dude, people have done that
Paint
too.
it
It's,
pink.
it's
Yeah,
not
it just
even
wouldn't
cool.
do
It's
anything.
not
Yeah.
anything.
Nothing.
The dually Ford Ranger,
That's cool.
that right there,
No,
like that's
classic
that's
piece,
yeah. Which that pulled the boat today amazingly.
I would like to say I was surprised, but I would have been surprised if it wouldn't have.
Yeah,
been able
I had
to
so
at
much
this
faith
point.
in it. As soon as we dropped it down and I saw the way it was sitting, I was like, oh, this is gonna be perfect. And I was honestly, it was very sturdy.
And
Yeah,
it-
it felt secure.
Cruising.
And
yeah,
normally
we were
the-
locked in.
the last stunts that we did with it, you know, whenever we hooked the gooseneck up to it, it's on its bump stops, and it wasn't.
No,
And so, like, I don't know.
Still
that
had
The-
some
boat was
leaf
light
spring.
work for it.
My favorite part was when we were at the Axis and the old guy, you know, he's sitting there on his fishing boat waiting to load up, and he's like, "Well, what's that thing got for a motor?" And we're so excited about the Ranger that we're like, "Oh, just a 6-cylinder, isn't it crazy?"
Yeah, he
This
was
thing's a
talking about
beast.
the boat.
And
Yeah.
then we're just going on
Just a
and
stock
on.
99 Ford Ranger V6.
And then he
it's the
goes-
best, isn't it?
I was talking about the boat.
I don't know.
We just get so fired up over that thing. It just outshines everything in our eyes. When people are driving by looking, we're like, Ford Ranger, 99. Only thing done to it is spacers. I think we got to put a different motor in it.
Yeah, I agree. I think we
With
need
some
to
real power.
diesel swap it. Like, imagine if that thing had a Cummins in it or a Power Stroke or a Duramax. I think a Duramax would probably be a biggest hit. But
Really?
for
Yeah,
keywords,
I genuinely don't know, but I'm down for anything diesel.
Duramax swap Ford Ranger.
Big Wrench is down.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we should
dude.
Duramax it.
So, okay, so we talked about bringing on Big Wrench. He's our mechanic, our fabricator guy. Like, what he's managed to build in the last 30 days should not be possible in 30 days. And we just
He's
keep
been
throwing
cranking 'em
projects at him. And it's funny, though, because, like, some of them, for instance, the Hummer pontoon, it was a Tuesday, and we asked Big Wrench if we could have it done by Wednesday night.
He just welded and welded and
It was
cut and welded.
more of a question of how long do you think it would take? Do you think it could be done in 2 days? But apparently he brought that one to Evan and said, "You're not gonna believe what these idiots thought I could do in 2 days." And Evan's like rolling his eyes, like, I tried telling him to be more realistic, but he did. To be fair, he got it done in 3 days,
Yeah.
which was amazing.
You can't be realistic though when you want to make shit happen. Sorry to cut you off, Mike.
No, that's. I was just saying, it's funny that he was consulting Evan about it because Evan is pretty easygoing, and he stands up for some things he believes in, and some things he believes in that we do is just unrealistic deadlines and unrealistic pushing to make things happen.
I mean, to be fair though, everything is unrealistic and nothing makes sense. And if you sit there and think about it too long, you're gonna talk yourself out of it because it's such a stupid idea. You might as well just
Yeah, you're just wasting time. You better get started. Quit
Yeah,
thinking about it and just do it.
So then we're just constantly. I mean, Big Wrench he's done so well. Obviously, we knew he was going to do
He
well.
fits in the crew so well too.
He's not doesn't need the camera at all, but he really like he's quite a bit older than us, but he really enjoys being a part of the finished product, which is so fun.
I think he's enjoying working here. I mean, I guess I can't speak for him, but it seems like he's like he's chilling, dude. Like he's having a good time. He shows up every day and he seems pretty like he's obviously in a good mood, and I think he's having fun. I'm sure it's a big change from being like a race, you know, because it's probably very serious. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, what do we got to do here?
Spec,
And we're just
spec,
like, yeah,
write
what do you
everything
think? Put the toilet on the shifter cart. You think we could do that? And he's like, okay, yeah.
It's free reign, partially because he really does have more skill and experience than
Yeah.
us, and partially because it's like, well, we'd be doing the same thing, just huck and pray.
I think we could do a lot of these things. I just don't think we'd be able to make them happen as fast
Right.
because we would have to spend way more time looking at it, figuring out, and then also consulting with other people. We'd have to like outsource fabricating and like, you know, stuff like that.
Well, which is what we've done for the last 6 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But now it's like we just have him here, and he just like he's so quick because he's got, I don't know, 40 years of experience of just fixing stuff and fabricating stuff and welding and whatever, and so like he just can crank them out.
Dude, I pitched him on this new toilet idea that I had.
Yeah.
He legit looks at me, laughs, and goes, "Let's maybe wait at least a month between toilet builds."
He's got his family at home that he needs to like explain what he did at work each
No, but
day.
can
Another
you-
toilet.
What'd you build at work today? Another toilet. They're like sitting around. Another toilet? I know. I tried telling them. It needs some time.
Had me put nitrous on it this time.
Yeah.
You guys remember back in the day when somebody would drive like their mom's car and the whole crew would be in it and you'd be ripping it and you'd be like, damn, this thing's actually fast. Who would have known that Accords were actually fast? And it always changed. Like I had this perception that like certain cars were fast when they actually weren't. And it was like every time Jake, our friend Jake, would drive like his mom's car or like one of his dad's workers' cars or something like that, and he would just rip the shit out of it, we thought that it was fast, but it really wasn't. He would just drive it that fast. So now every time I see like Accords, I'm like, that thing's actually got some get up and go to it.
Dude,
I kind of do.
that was the same thing with my friend Sean. He had a Focus, just a normal Ford Focus, but he would drive it super fast, and I thought that thing was like fast. I remember telling my dad, like, I want a Ford Focus.
I never
"You
necessarily
don't want
like
that shit."
using Jake as an example. Like he drove the Outbacks as fast as he could. I never thought those were fast, but then he had his red Grand Cherokee just like mine, but it was a V8, and he could drive that like I was getting in a trophy truck with someone. I'm like, you don't have to 100% throttle everywhere you go.
What about
I'm
the Ford
kinda
Edge?
scared.
Remember the Ford Edge days?
What was your guys' favorite vehicle you think you've owned?
My
Right.
Ford Raptor.
You do love your Raptor, man.
Probably my Subaru.
Which one?
Oh, yeah, the yellow one.
Not the Impreza?
I'd never had.
Or whatever the heck?
Legacy.
The Legacy.
No, love that because like that was back in the day when it was like all I had.
Mm-hmm.
Love that, but no, I mean it has nothing to compare to the yellow
The
bug.
Subi.
Probably my Corvette.
Yeah, it was a good rig.
Yeah,
good
that was,
rig.
that was a great rig. Looked amazing for the time. It was like nothing like it. It had never experienced anything like it, especially for the whole crew too. That was like kind of like the first really cool car in the group.
Yeah, I feel like I've owned a Corvette now because you have.
That is the nice part. Actually, we all kind of get to experience everything.
Yeah, I can tell people that my
Without
friend owns a
owning it.
Lamborghini, you know? And I never had to buy it.
That is nice.
Yeah, nice for me.
I got a surprise for you guys.
Oh?
Just kidding, you already know what it is. But I have a surprise for everyone else listening because I'm sure you guys have heard us talk about this.
Been 2 years. We finally got our 1 million subscriber play button.
We did it, boys.
Pretty sick.
Beauty. My favorite part is that all of us at one point at least have called it, yeah, we got our 2 million play button. That's not a
Have
thing
we?
because it came, right
after 2 million.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty sick. And I don't know why we finally got it now. Like, I don't know what happened that they were like, cool, now it's good to go.
Yeah.
But we
Did
got it.
So you had to like reapply for it?
Yeah, I basically went through because the first time we applied, they said that we had unoriginal content, right?
Yeah, it was some kind of error. Yeah.
I think the reason that they said that is because like sometimes when we use copywritten music, we'll like upload a bit of that whatever we had edited to that song and then just upload it and see if it gets copywritten or not. And we had like 2 songs uploaded and they were both copywritten, so we weren't going to use them. And that was like the last 2 songs, I think, on the channel. Did they not do any like anything else?
They were just like, yeah, these guys got 1 million subscribers by uploading copywritten songs. Like, what?
Did Matilda help you get that?
No, I literally just logged in and it was like apply. And then I did. And then it like shot me back a code and I put the code in and I
Wow.
put in the shipping information. It just like worked. And
Can
I
you
was like,
order
oh, shit.
more of those? Can you, or did
Well-
you just get like,
Yeah, you can.
That's
you
what
have
I'm
to pay
saying.
for
order
'em.
more?
Well,
Yeah.
you have to pay for them. But then, so we get a little, just a little, I don't know, piece of paper that says, if you and your team want more, email this email. That's it. That's all it says.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty
obviously
generic.
you have to-
I'm going to. I have it in my room.
I am also going to. Maybe we should just all get.
Dude, I want one.
No,
Well, I was
just have Ryan do it, and he can get us all one.
And then I'll
Oh,
order
right,
for all
right,
of
right.
us.
But I'm saying, yeah, like
How many do you guys want?
I'd say one
11.
for each of us.
Big Wrench needs one in his house, in his kitchen.
Big Wrench has been a
pretty
YouTuber for
funny.
1 month. He's already got a million play button.
It's on his fridge, like
Here
with
you go,
his kids'
Big Wrench.
artwork.
He's like, guys, I don't want this.
He's like, "Is this cool?" We're like, "Yeah." I was listening to Theo Vaughn Full Send podcast, and they were talking about teachers and stuff. You guys ever have a hot teacher?
Oh, that were hot. Yeah, for sure. Well, I think everyone has a hot teacher that you think is hot in the time, and then you like look back at the yearbook and you're like, oh man.
She was just hot because she was like
A female?
a female that was a teacher, compared to the other teachers, and you like sat there and looked at her each day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was always like hot. I don't know if I actually even had a hot teacher, but there was always like hot teachers in the
They were hot relative to like.
in the grade, and then you were lucky if you got to be in like their class,
Oh,
like one of those things. So it was like only like a mystery. Like, oh man, I wonder what it's like to be in her class.
but yeah, dude, I agree that is a scenario, but I did have one that was just plain hot.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like
there's no two ways around it.
What grade?
Honestly, still is. She was a choir teacher.
oh,
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Was she cool?
Yeah, she was super cool. I think that's the worst part. The only way to truck through all the comments, especially when you're a hot high school teacher. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think it would suck. I'm not saying
you'd
don't
prefer to be an ugly high school
don't
teacher
do it.
then?
I think I think it would be you can still be cool and ugly, but if you're cool and hot, you're just getting bombarded by high school boys, I guess. Or maybe vice
You
versa.
think?
Dude, you
I-
gotta
yeah.
know that.
I
though.
think.
like if you're good looking and you're gonna be a teacher, like you gotta know that's coming.
That's true. I agree.
You know, it's almost what.
It's funny. You got to know that high school boys are going to be hitting on.
I mean,
that.
yeah,
what do you
yeah.
expect? Like it, because I'm just saying, like it happened, and it happened so much, and most of it's like 99% of it is all behind like closed doors. You know, no one ever would ever hear it. But
behind closed doors.
the speaking.
Oh, not to her. I thought there was.
My buddy Ken knows a thing or two about hot teachers. No comment.
Yeah, no, we had a couple hot teachers at our school. I
Yeah, Ken knew him real well.
Yep.
think one of them got fired though because they what did they do, Mike?
No, that I was
think
I was
they
gonna
hooked
like
up
kind of.
with one of the students.
No, it wasn't
Two
one
of
of
The
well,
tall
yeah.
bearded ones.
Yeah, Ken. Well, it didn't help that Ken looked 21 when he was 16.
They thought he was the janitor.
No, that was the other thing. Sometimes when you get and this isn't just necessarily my school, but sometimes when you get like younger, more attractive teachers, they like end up getting fired because they're
Seriously?
I mean
Female
yeah,
teachers or male teachers? Because I feel like there is a little bit of like, if it's a male teacher, it's like, ooh, that's fucked up. And if it's a
it was
girl
like
teacher,
it
you're
was
kind
two.
of like,
just like one
For hooking up with the student.
a new
maybe not hooking up, but flirting.
no with another teacher there.
Oh,
Mm.
They
two teachers can't.
they're both married,
Oh,
One of those.
and then
Wait, is it who I'm thinking? Yeah. Well, how about when you were like, you had a teacher that would hang out with another teacher of the opposite sex. Like you had a female teacher that would hang out with like the other male teacher, and they could have just been friends, but like the entire class
school
is
thought-
like, oh, I bet they're together.
I had two teachers like that. They were both young, and everybody, of course, was making jokes. But the guy, I don't know if he had much skills
Not much riz.
not much riz. But they ended up getting married. So
Oh,
it actually
wow.
worked out. Yeah, it's really funny because
Then
now
it
we
was
look-
going down.
Yeah, apparently it was going down, and I feel like we all knew it was. But
I saw this TikTok one time of a guy being like, all right, I know there's, a bunch of rumors that you kids are spreading, 7th graders, that me and Miss Johnson are dating, and I just want to come up here and confirm that we are. And then he drops down on a knee and proposes
what?
in front of the classroom.
What?
That's weird.
I was like,
What?
couldn't think of anywhere better,
I was
bro.
just gonna
This
say I'd be
7th
like
grade
lame.
Yeah.
Wow, I
It's
know we
yeah.
talked about here about bad proposals, but that's up there.
That's
That's up there.
cringe.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I guess they're really about the kids
The
and the
kids.
school and stuff.
I mean, I feel like you got to be. Have
Be a
that go through
teacher,
your mind, but
God bless them. Now that it's summer, you guys might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for sunny, active days. Factor, which is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with flavorful and nutritious ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track reaching your goals. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat them up and enjoy and get back outside, enjoy the weather. I seriously can't even say it enough, love having Factor around the shop. It's made it so easy to eat healthy and eat fast. We don't have to go out and order takeout. It's good food right here. We eat the whole thing. Nobody has to leave, and then you're waiting for someone else to get back from lunch. It's honestly the best. You guys are going to love it. It tastes good too. So this June, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your favorite meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered straight to your door, ready in 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/wideopen50 and use code wideopen50 to get 50% off your box. That's use code wideopen50 at factormeals.com/wideopen50 to get 50% off your first box. Please buy from Factor. We love them. You will too. No matter what you have going on this spring, Box of Awesome has you covered. From camping gear essentials, cookout must-haves, and drink game upgrades, Box of Awesome has collections for every part of your life. The best box you open all month, delivered straight to your door, filled with carefully chosen gear from the best small brands around the world. To get started, take a quiz at boxofawesome.com. Your answers will help them pick out the right Box of Awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories, and each box is valued around $70, but you only pay a fraction of that price. The one thing I love about Box of Awesome is it introduces you to things that you never know you needed, like knives, hot sauces, walk shorts, stuff like that. It's great. Plus, with each Box of Awesome, you're supporting small businesses. 90% of everything that comes in your Box of Awesome is from a small and up-and-coming brand, which I really do love. It's free to sign up, and you can skip any month or cancel anytime. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code WIDEOPEN at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code WIDEOPEN for 20% off your first box. Boxofawesome.com, code WIDEOPEN.
My dad asked me, I was talking to him on the phone this morning, and he was like, hey, I'm going to have some work done at my land. What do you, by so-and-so, you had him as a teacher, didn't you? And I almost couldn't even help myself. I was like, yeah, fuck that guy. I was like,
really?
Yeah, he's an ass. And then I was like trying to think. I was like, man, why did I hate that guy so much? Couldn't remember really why, but still something within me. 7th grade, I'm not going to say what, but yeah, don't really remember what the context of it was, but clearly it stuck with me enough for 12 years later to be like, telling my dad that. I was like, and then I like caught myself. I was like, and still use him. Don't let my opinion, sway. I hate to.
His work might be decent.
Yeah, I hate to have this guy. He could have been having a bad day back in 7th grade.
He could have had a bad year.
Bad year, yeah.
Or a bad year, but yeah.
He probably tells the same story about you. I had this one asshole student. They'd think back and he goes, I don't really remember why I didn't like him, but
that could be true. But yeah, hot teachers. Bless them.
Bless him.
So I've been seeing, this is like a conversation that has been swelling up for a while. I've been seeing some TikToks and maybe some reels about it. But yeah, just dudes expressing themselves about how much they dislike the side-by-side community. And they go off, but they have a lot of good points. And, at the end of the day, I disagree with it because I love side-by-sides and I think they aren't the future, but they're a big part of the future.
Like what type of dude? I'm confused.
So it's like dudes that I would say they're like, you remember when side-by-sides were just like a gator, and they went 35 and that was about it. Yep. And then when the razors and stuff came out, it was cool. It was really cool for a little bit. And wow, okay, this is not a 4-wheeler. It's cool. And then he's like, now it's just getting out of hand. A lot of it comes down to, like, I guess if you don't have the money for it, then of course you can complain about it. But it really has. It's came down to people spending $50,000 for a OEM stock unit, and now it's gone to like $40,000, $50,000, $80,000 maybe to soup up a razor.
A lot of them are like 80.
Maybe, and some guy, they're kind of going after the guys that just drive them on the street. They're out pavement princesses, like side by sides. Also going after the guys that are like building these $50,000 units and just rolling them down a hill like in one weekend.
Well, that's what they should do.
I know.
Yeah,
I was like,
I agree.
I can't imagine they're too stoked about it, but
it's just like he was just going off about it, and a lot of good points that it's a little over the top, but I'm like, but what is it? I mean, just everything. With cars, you have like the guys who run the super crazy stance. I think that's lame. Well, there's gonna be those extremists in every aspect, but
I mean, who's saying this? Is it like the banshee guy that is like
probably
or
is it like
a
a
vehicle
dirt
with
bike
four
guy?
wheels?
It's
that,
more like it, dude. It seemed more like the diehard quad guys, but
I
it seemed
picture
like,
a banshee guy that's got all this money into banshees and it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
chromed up.
Or like a 3-wheeler guy who's just like a side by side, wouldn't touch it.
I drove the side by side home today and
You
then
were-
back, and it was nice. It was a great cruise, except I would like a full windshield.
Yeah, it's a little eye watering
like-
when you're moving fast.
And you were allegedly going 90. That thing.
I hit
fast,
94,
bro.
dude.
Holy shit!
I had no freaking
That's
idea.
crazy.
I didn't know it went
I
that
didn't
fast.
know it went that fast.
I still had a little bit left in it, but I was holding one hand. It was a little swirly. The thing
And
might be slightly bent
you
from hitting the
pull-
big
you-
jumps that you guys have done. And
Yeah, that too. You pull a shifter cart moment.
I
when
was
you're trying to
thinking that. I'm
blow.
like, God damn, it won't be the same.
Those things are amazing, though. Honestly, like for what it is, you kind of just gotta respect it for what it is and ignore the fact that 50% of the time that you turn the key, something's gonna break on it. But like what you can do on it is pretty good.
Ours
And
is freaking rattling,
ours is
bro.
really good though.
Yeah.
Like
That's
I feel
because
like
we took off the metal or we put on a new roof, the metal roof, and it doesn't have the washers in between the switch
Oh,
tabs.
yeah.
That's what's rattling.
Rattles like,
but like you can drive that thing down the road like CJ, and then you can go and jump it. Like Mike was jumping that thing, 100 feet?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just
It's
about.
pretty amazing.
Yeah,
And
it's
even
crazy.
Though it is an expensive unit, it literally drives like a car, has as much power as most cars, but yet has as much suspension as a trophy truck, and you
Yeah.
can do anything
it's a
with it.
solid rig.
Yeah,
And it's
I
got
got
a freaking Bluetooth radio in it.
I got to give a shout to Side by Side Blog Boys for that cage.
Oh,
They-
yeah.
I just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hit him up. I'm like, dude, we need a cage. You know, Ken just injured himself, this and that, and then they just hooked it up. So you guys need parts, go to them. But I was
Seriously,
gonna
God
say,
bless
Yeah, side by side.
I
I-
love those
They
guys.
got great vids too.
I do actually. Yeah, I love those guys. We've talked about them before. They're a group of guys just like us. But I was like a naysayer of the whole like live valve suspension. Like ours just has 3 settings, which is pretty dope. And then I know on the Can-Ams they have like it reads 26,000 times a second. I was
Wow.
like,
I think ours does too.
it seems like
As it
overkill.
compresses.
But you know, seems like a lot of extra money for whatever. And then you use it, and you're like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Comfort for whatever, firm for big jumps, and it makes a difference.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's like a whole community around here of guys with like Rangers, and I've never seen them dirty. They just drive them back and forth to like the gas station because you hear them like whirring by when they go by because the tires are so loud.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see Rangers all the time now. I think so do Rangers get roped into the same class?
I
as
think
side
that,
by
that
side?
kind of sparked it again. It was like you get a bunch of guys that are using them as golf carts. And,
Yeah,
and a
that's
lot of
what they are.
times
They're like a
that's
fast
fine.
golf cart.
But at the end of the day, a lot louder, a lot faster, and a lot more aggressive than a golf cart. And you got guys hopping. Well, this thing's got AC, and it looks
You
cool.
probably do a lot more with a golf cart than most people do with a side by side, Mike.
That's true. Honestly, I think we all do. We love fucking around on golf carts.
Yeah.
Golf carts are some of the best vehicles ever made. They're like little chicken nuggets for the road.
Yeah, they
Well,
don't
they're
have
actually not meant for the road, but they're like little chicken nuggets with wheels.
Can't
yeah,
beat 'em.
they don't have enough power to hurt themselves really,
Yeah.
and they're so dense
Yep.
that everything's close together that it doesn't really bend that easy. So you can
It's
really
like-
do whatever you want with them.
It's like Evan.
It's kind of like that.
Evan's like a human golf cart. Like he's just kind of dense. He's built well. He can take a beating.
Well built.
He maybe picked that up from growing up on the country club.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Picked up a
Maybe.
thing or two from the golf carts.
We were talking about, we got a reckless golfing coming up at some point here, we were talking about parking the golf cart on the greens. If I were to do that, I maybe it seems kind of it does seem disrespectful, but okay, park it up there. It's not like you're gonna do a burnout. Evan's like, seriously, I'm not gonna be a part of that.
Well, he didn't want to be a part of any of the reckless golfing last year,
You really did.
which we were very caught off guard by.
Yeah,
You'd think he'd be all about it.
Because we're like, dude, have some teas and just do. It's like 3 hours.
That's the thing that
we'll get kicked out soon.
I'm worried about Grandpa Ron. If we bring him with reckless golfing, he's gonna have golf etiquette like Evan, because they like both would go golfing on the country club, and that's what we don't have, and that's why we have no sympathy when we get in there.
But I believe we have some form of like course etiquette. Like in all of our videos, never any golf carts through are across the greens,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. We're never tearing up the lawn. Yeah, you jump a golf cart off a bunker a couple times, and you
No damage.
Yeah, you know, what I mean, it's never anything that there would be a trace of us being there, which I believe there's art in that.
I'd agree with that.
A tasteful.
Well, I just think at the end of the day, we're not being dicks.
Yeah.
Like really to the property or definitely to people.
Yeah, we're just being reckless.
But going off that about Grandpa Ron, he's so locked in when he does shit. He's so locked in.
That's
He
true.
just
We'd
deletes
get a
everything.
couple-
If
He
he's
deletes
not-
everything out of his brain and he just does it. No matter who he's talking to, if you've never seen him in his life, doesn't get that like nervousness of, well, I hope it's funny.
Yeah.
He just goes for it.
If he's not on his home country club turf, maybe he'll
loosen up
Give
a
him a
little
couple
bit.
beers.
Won't
Yep.
think that way. But
Get him to a crappy local course.
yeah, I mean, depending on when you guys are watching this, if you're watching it early, we might be reckless golfing right now. That's
Next
on the
week?
schedule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evan and I are going to need to be medicated for that.
Yeah, Ryan, you don't like doing that either. I
I
feel
don't
like you just
either.
got to get a mindset. I was telling you guys, like, I think we got to start prepping, like for the next, like a 5-day prep. Just get ready. I was
Get
like,
rid of all the cares in the world.
Yeah, things are gonna break around here, and it's gonna happen. But we're just getting in the mindset.
I love that idea. I'm just trying to think of like how to do it because at the end of the day, it really is easy to go cold turkey when you guys are doing pranks and when you're doing any of that stuff. Just go, I don't care. None of these people are going to see me ever again. Do whatever I want.
Well,
That
yeah, we are blacklisted from like most of the golf
Right.
courses around.
Dude, we were
here,
trying to go
so-
golfing last weekend, and we're like, oh, well, we could go over to this course. We're like, oh, you probably need a tee time there. We're like, well, we could go over to that local course. You don't need a tee time there. We go, well, we're probably not allowed back there.
pretty
Like,
jammed up last time we were
Yeah,
there.
we got to start going. We got to travel to go golfing now.
That is a potential, though. Ev said we could maybe go up to his, but
Oh, my
He's
goodness.
not gonna
Home
like
course?
that. I mean,
I don't know. He sounded like more comfortable of the idea of that. He was
It
like,
might
then,
be
then we could at
funny.
least ask for forgiveness easier. I don't know.
I don't know how that'd
Oh my
work. I think you're
goodness.
better off just getting in the truck and peeling out of there.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that, I mean, it sounds bad to say, but like, I just don't want to get kicked out too early. They can kick us out. You know, I hope no one gets arrested. I'm not planning for that. But, dude, we, it was so funny. Our buddy Connor the other day asked if he's like, the next time you guys go reckless golfing, I want to come. We've been asked that plenty of times before. And I'm like,
It is a common event that
Maybe.
people want to be a part of.
and then Evan
gotta
just,
run lean.
and then Evan, I don't know if he was just trying to scare him away or what, but he's like, well, are you like good to maybe get arrested? I was like, whoa, I'm not planning on that.
That's how Evan looks at reckless golfing. Like, parked within 5 yards of the green,
You're getting arrested.
cops are coming.
Yeah. And then, you guys
Shank it because you're a shitty golfer. Jail.
forget to yell 4. That's 2
Jail.
years.
Man, I think that so many groups have came through a lot of these golf courses and done way worse things, like these bachelor parties.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, just like people who actually truly don't care. and are
Yeah,
drunk.
And they're
And
truly like, we're one and
truly
done.
liquored up too.
Yeah, once we ever talk about reckless golfing, I feel like somebody in a group will pipe up and go, oh, me and my buddies, we got kicked out on so-and-so's bachelor party. We went there and we go, what'd you guys do? Oh, well, we rolled 3 golf
Yeah,
carts.
I was going to say they
and,
rolled multiple carts.
We left cans. Like, they just start saying some real, like,
3
golf cart in the
golf
pond.
carts.
Yeah, we're like, we left a golf cart in the pond. And we're like, seriously? Be like, we need you to do reckless golfing.
I don't know. I think we do a pretty damn good job
Yeah,
of
we
it at
have
it.
fun.
So last weekend we flew up the winners of the 2 million sweatshirt giveaway that we did. So 2 million subscribers sold a sweatshirt. Everyone that bought the sweatshirt got entered to win a weekend with us. Picked the winner, and we flew him and his buddy up. Total beauties. Total
kids.
beauties. Good kids, 22 years old. Honestly, just like us, like enjoy the same stuff. And they were just a good hang. Good hang.
I was telling someone that they were a little too normal for us. We like hanging out with weirdos. We have the most fun with.
We do.
The
That's
weirder
true.
you are, like, we appreciate
They're
it.
almost like
All of our friends right now are like, oh, fuck.
That's why
Does
they
that
like
mean-
you so much.
so
No one
so-
else hangs with me.
And this isn't a bad thing. I'm sure they are listening to this right now. We didn't meme them. We just had a genuine good time.
That's
We
what I
chopped
mean.
it
Well,
up.
they didn't meme themselves.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
meme
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
and
They
that's
didn't give
not-
us any ammo, which is actually super
Impressive.
surprising because we spent 3 days with them and they didn't.
Yeah,
they
they played
didn't
it
leave
pretty
us
cool,
with anything.
man. They were just normal dudes.
Yeah.
They got to see the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it.
Oh yeah,
they got a pretty
They got
true
the
experience.
The real experience. Yeah.
that's cool.
So are we taking the Hummer pontoon out? Now we ended up getting the Hummer pontoon registered as an actual
Homemade
as a
boat.
pontoon. Yeah, so it's registered. It's got numbers. It is legal to take out on the water.
It is a legal boat.
It's
And if
legal.
y'all don't
Yep.
know, that's what we
I don't
call
know
it.
what they'll say when they see it, but because we'll have everything. But no, it's registered. It's everything. We got it. We went through the work. We paid for it.
Just
You
gotta
need
love
boat
that.
insurance?
No,
I don't believe you need insurance.
don't. So we could take.
Cars insured.
We could take that. we could take.
Maybe
that,
just leave that on.
It's got to count for something.
We could take that thing to the sandbar this weekend.
I
And,
think,
I think that'd be funny.
I
dude,
wonder
it'd
what
be
people
so
are gonna
awesome.
say.
Everyone will be packed in there, and like we come rolling in with the Hummer pontoon.
packed in the Hummer?
No, I mean at the sandbar. But
Oh,
then
yeah,
we'll pull
yeah.
in.
I was going to say, I don't know how many people we want, how
Packed
many
in a
more
bit.
people we want to be in there. We had what? 4? It was
4.
good.
I don't know,
Honestly,
it was
you
fine.
could probably put in quite a bit more.
I think you could do 10. That's where I'd cap it.
Yeah, for sure. 10 max.
It's fun to think of our dream of wanting to pull up to the sandbar with a pirate ship.
Yeah,
this
it's
is the
another
next
step
best thing.
closer.
Hey, and that's still a dream. But the next best thing is a black Hummer with some pontoons connected to it.
Dude, the pirate ship, when people ask, like, what's your guys' long game? Like, how long are you going to do this? Till we get a pirate ship, man.
Yep.
That's the goal.
Then what? Well, we're gonna sail around the world.
Shit, yeah.
Be pirates.
What do you mean, then what? How much more could you do? We bought a pirate ship.
That's kind of end game.
Well, that's what I mean.
that's,
From there, you just become a pirate,
Yep.
Get a parrot and cut your
Right.
leg off. And I know, well, they don't cut the leg
Commodore
off.
ships.
They get it bit off, but I
They
don't
get
know.
it bit off.
It's
Yeah,
such
by
a
like a shark.
stereotypical thing for a peg leg. But anyway, eye patch, parrot.
Would you be a peg leg? I feel like you'd fit pretty well for like the peg leg.
Yeah, I'd do it.
You'd be a pirate?
Is there actually only, you know how like in the times of pirates, does only one guy, like the captain, actually get to like dress like that? Like with the true like
Yeah,
Jack Sparrow
he's the
hat and
captain.
Yeah,
parrot.
and I feel like everybody else is just real grimy.
Yep, just grimy
They're all
with
dirty from cleaning the ship.
The poop deck.
bow. Yeah, the poop deck.
Alrighty, fellas, a lot of us are dudes here, but the one thing that the girls at the bar that you're hitting on every weekend aren't telling you is that they notice your skin. So do yourself a favor and take care of it so you don't look like an old leather armchair when you're 40. Support for today's episode comes from OneSkin, which is founded by a team of 4 female PhD-level longevity scientists with over 15 years of experience studying the biology of aging. OneSkin is for everyone that wants to prevent or reverse the signs of aging with groundbreaking approach. OneSkin addresses skin health at the molecular level, targeting the root causes of aging, so skin behaves, feels, and appears younger. I started using OneSkin recently, and my skin feels way smoother. I don't like taking a lot of time to wash my face, and I don't really have a full skin routine. It's not my jam. But even I can do this and put it on, but I feel good knowing that OneSkin is working at the cellular level on my skin to make me look younger. It's time for you to experience a new skin health routine at a discounted rate today. Get 15% off with the code WIDEOPEN at oneskin.co. That's 15% off at oneskin.co, not com, co. Use code WIDEOPEN. We only have one body, one skin, and only you can choose to make it better. Age healthy with OneSkin.
If anyone out there has a pirate ship and they thought, hey, maybe it's time to part ways with this pirate ship, we're in the market.
We're
in the market.
There is a guy in Virginia, and he makes them. His gig is buying old pirate ships, not like real pirate ships, but old, like, fun pirate ships, and redoing them.
Wow.
And
How much do they cost?
Well, there
now
was
we're
one that
balling
went
out.
around, and it was reasonably priced. It was not inexpensive. And shipping it across the country will also not be inexpensive.
Oof.
But man, I tell you what, your guys' little bay over there, having a big old pirate ship,
It's gonna look nice.
moored.
I can't think
It's
of
not even
anything
anchored.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
They'll call
moored.
it they'll
pinnacle
name
of
it
success.
Pirates Bay.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
or butt pirates.
Butt Pirates Cove.
Oh, you're headed over to the Butt Pirates in Pirates Bay. He's like, no, not that. Not Butt Pirate.
Yo, couldn't we just get Big Wrench to make one?
Bro, we make him a shipbuilder.
A Big Wrench could do it.
Hey, Big
could.
Wrench, we need a pirate ship done by the 4th of July.
Hey, Big Wrench, you got 48 hours. That should be enough, right? Him and Ev.
He's like bending wood and stuff. I'll find that pirate ship and
The
maybe he's
issue
got
isn't-
one for sale.
The issue isn't finding a pirate ship. The issue is buying a pirate ship and then being able to ship it here.
Yeah, and we don't really live in like a pirate ship territory. When you think of Minnesota, it's not really that common. So it has to be shipped from a long distance, and it's really hard to get a large wooden ship long distance on land.
Like you couldn't even run it up the Great Lakes. Well, you could. You could get it within 4 hours of us.
Our next RV trip is us conning in a pirate ship from the Gulf of Mexico up the Mississippi to home.
That sounds way more than like we did an RV trip. Then it sounds more like I spent 50 hours camping in Antarctica. That sounds like
I'm so excited about this right now.
Be lit.
How close could we get with the Mississippi?
Well, I mean, technically the headwaters is just over yonder.
But could
you-
we actually go up the Mississippi?
You
Yeah.
could get to Minneapolis before there's like a dam.
Pretty easy.
Really?
yeah.
You can get north of Minneapolis for sure, but I'm not sure how much more north.
Well, then it's not that
That's
far of a
it.
trick.
We got to do it.
Dude,
Dude,
when eventually when we go no videos for like 5 weeks, it's because we're traversing the Mississippi on a wooden ship.
how long would it take?
Shit, I don't know. Probably not a short amount of time, but it would be legendary. And we could just send Ken and Mike. And
Then it
maybe Evan
wouldn't be
too.
legendary.
With a
Well, that-
GoPro just
Um,
on a stick.
So that I guess that excites me because that means we have to get a pirate ship that at least has some accommodations. You know, it doesn't have to have like rooms on it, obviously, but it can't just be an open thing with just wood. Like there's got to be, like a sink.
Guys,
And-
I cannot explain to you how excited I get every time we talk about a pirate ship.
Yeah,
It just
I'm
hits
getting
something
fired
in
up
me
too.
right now.
I'm getting fired up,
I'm-
dude. If I could just see us conning that bitch up the Mississippi.
Absolutely no experience whatsoever navigating a shipping channel
Oh
in a
god,
large boat that we have no business driving.
it's so
It's
good.
perfect.
It's so
perfect.
good.
I love it.
Everything is just amazing about that,
I think we could do it.
dude. And then I just picture it when we're sailing in. It'd be like all of our friends and family there.
It'd be like
oh my
fucking
gosh, yeah.
Lewis and Clark or Christopher Columbus
yeah, bro.
hitting America.
The news is there.
The news.
Oh, for sure.
They did it.
They did it. They really did
Local Cormorant boys really did
it.
it.
And instead of being known for the jet ski jump, we're finally known for something
Aren't you guys
noble.
It's all
pirate
of us
ship
just dressed as pirates.
We'd 100% have to dress
Oh,
up.
They
yeah,
as
just-
pirates.
disassemble
for
it.
sure.
They disassemble it and they put it into the museum that's going to be built in Cormorant one day.
around it, like the frickin' Yemcomp Center.
Yemcomps.
Apparently, the Scandinavian. The rumor has it. I think it's real that when the waters were high, and this was some gigantic ancient lake, that the Vikings would come around here and they would like hook up to these different hills and like mooring points. I don't really know. I don't believe all of it, but there's a big ass ship in Moorhead that they say sailed here, like huge. They built a whole building around it. So that'll be ours. We'll have that in Cormorant. They'll
Ken's
build a
shaking his head.
That ship was actually built in Hawley, Minnesota in the 80s. I'm sorry to
fuck.
trample on your parade, but
Well, I mean, why did they build a whole building around it and make this whole thing?
they like sailed the Norway back. They built it in this little potato
Oh,
shed
okay.
and they sailed it all the way across the ocean.
That's
Pretty good.
legendary. They deserve it. Build the building around them. I can't wait to have a little tin shed around our boat.
Can't stop thinking about it.
Me either. We gotta freaking end this podcast and go find a pirate ship.
I know.
The Mississippi, the only impediment that you have is St. Anthony Falls in downtown Minneapolis. You have to take it out, go around the falls, go back up, and then you can go all the way to the headwaters.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, perfect. We're gonna unload at
Yeah, well, I'm
Minneapolis
going to
anyways.
Minneapolis. And then it's only a couple hundred miles of interstate.
I can see the thumbnail already. Pulling our pirate ship with our dually Ford Ranger.
100%. Ken, how many nautical miles is it down the Mississippi, and how many locks do we have to go through and to get to New Orleans?
2,340, and there's nothing in between Minneapolis and New Orleans.
I know there's
Realistic-
a bunch of locks and stuff, right?
That's gonna take weeks.
I mean, how long?
2,000 miles
Yeah,
at what,
take a
10 miles
week.
an hour?
Oh,
Maybe 2 weeks.
I mean, how fast do you think we're going to go in
I don't
this
know. I
thing?
think we could throw at least a bigger motor on it.
There's 29.
29 locks?
And that's that's definitely where the time holdup is those. I didn't even know those existed until our buddy jet skied down it. And he's like jet skis for an hour and then spends an hour in the lock, which would be unfortunate. But if it was a week, we could definitely do it. If it was 2 weeks,
We'll have an Xbox.
I think we could
Do you think we could do it within
Xbox.
5
Jeez,
days? So
don't
we can.
tempt me with that, Ryan.
Yeah, we're like, when we're planning the thing, we're like, all right, we're going to edit all day Thursday. Friday, we're going to fly to Florida, hop on the pirate ship, and then drive it. And we got to be home by Tuesday night so we can edit, or by Wednesday night so we can edit the video and get it live by Thursday. I'm like, guys, it is impossible to travel 3,000 miles by water in 5 days.
Evan says that, and we're just like, bro,
You're always so negative.
you're always so negative, dude.
It's like we have to average 70 miles an hour on water. And we're like, we'll do it. Put a 250 on the back.
We look at Big Wrench.
300-400.
Do it, right? He's like, no.
Yeah,
Well,
well, you guys are just asking me to mod a pirate ship. I don't do that.
I promise, I pinky promise I'll come back to this podcast next week with updates of a pirate ship and our journey.
Oh man, Ryan.
That was a tall order.
that was, yeah.
But I'm spending all day in the car tomorrow with Ken driving around purchasing things from Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, good luck.
Wait, you guys are making moves?
Yeah, the lady at the bank today,
Yeah, Mike
when I withdrawed a significant amount of cash for a bunch of different things, she was like, "What are you doing?" And I
Say,
was,
don't worry about it. Mind your own business, woman.
"No," but I didn't really know how to explain it without sounding ridiculous.
I'm kidding. That was a joke.
So I
That was
just
a joke.
didn't. But I do love the ladies over at Midwest Bank. Walked in, bell, just didn't feel right.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. And you didn't have the cookies.
Well, I'm 0 for 1 on Facebook Marketplace purchases this week.
Ken, if we
So,
drive all the way to cities and someone's a no-show, I'm gonna have a freaking
I might have to
stroke.
walk back.
I have a stroke.
Ken, I'm very surprised that you would drive somewhere if they hadn't responded.
And bring Evan.
So
Well,
the
did
dude
it-
was a foreigner, and he was responding pretty quickly.
Mm.
And I just assumed, like, hey, I said, hey, can I meet you tonight? And he said, yeah. And then I said, okay, can I meet you at this time? And I was like, okay, I'm just going to save time, leave now. I'll get the address while we're on the way, and it'll be good. So it's like, I want to bring Evan with because this dude looks a little sketch.
Oh, so you needed a bodyguard?
Yeah.
You thought Evan was going to be able to handle him?
Well, he's got the hog. He's pretty big, so.
What, he's going to hit him with his dick?
Helicopter. Get
Got
away.
his
Get
hog.
away.
Yeah. It's like
In case this
nunchucks.
foreigner wanted sexual favors. Needed to make sure he was satisfied.
But never showed. Waste of time.
Hell yeah.
I mean, none of you guys commented on my shirt because we never do, but it says,
Wow. Whoa. We do.
it says something about license to lift and it's a forklift. But I saw a guy wearing a Hardy shirt the other day and it said shaved and proud.
Wow.
Wow.
And I've worn a lot of aggressive shirts.
And he's talking about his sack and
I don't know. I think it was about the Hardy shaved meats.
Oh.
I'm
they got
trying to
the
think
thing.
of in any scenario you'd wear that saying on any shirt. And
That's why I go, dude, you're preaching to the choir here, but what possessed you to put on that shirt this morning and go fill your car up with gas? Like,
Well, how about yesterday, Mike wearing his referee jersey all day,
All day long.
yeah,
He
I was
honestly
just
looks
cracking
fitting
up.
until
it.
like 5 to figure out that. Like, I just looked at you. I went, good morning, Mike. Like, that was it.
I didn't say anything
Yeah.
either. Hey, Mike,
We
nice
had
shirt.
we have plenty of costumes from over the years, and I just threw the ref jersey on because it was an XL and it was comfy. Oh, this is nice. And then I was like, I should probably take it off before I get roasted. Go downstairs. No one says anything. Go all day. No one says anything. Then I go we go out in public, and then other people are like, you just get done with the game, and then I'm like, shit, the guys didn't roast me well enough to make me realize
Have an excuse.
to think
Yeah.
of taking it off.
It was nothing out of the ordinary
Not at all.
for us.
Speaking of shirts, so that's some nice merch over there.
Yeah, new merch drop September 22nd.
As far as I know, that is the week after this comes out.
September.
No.
It'd be
I
this,
fucked
Did you
that
say
up.
September?
this
wow.
Thursday.
Bro,
This
June
Thursday.
22nd.
June 22nd.
what's on September 22nd?
Yeah, so it's in 2
Maybe
days from when
People
this
just had a
podcast
flash
goes
of
live.
like, oh man, what
It's
month
our
is
4th
it?
of July drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's lit.
Yeah, fireworks.
Some good shit.
4th of July drop. You guys already know a giveaway that you'll probably want to be entered in. So
Yeah, big giveaway.
you don't know what month it is. That's fine, dude. Summer's
You're out of it,
Dude,
man.
I don't know what day it is.
I don't even want to look at how fast summer's going.
I know, bro.
I don't even.
This is
I
like sad.
I actually, it's one of those times when people talk about it and you get upset and you say, "Shut up."
Do you think
just
life
don't-
goes faster as you get older?
Yes, 100%.
I feel like it does too.
Yeah, I think so.
I heard an interesting theory on that, and it was that when you are, let's say, 10 years old, a day is such like a large portion of your life. Maybe that's backwards. When you're 10 years old, it's like a day and it's a bigger portion of your life. But when you get older, a day is a smaller portion.
Well, it makes sense if when you're older, one day is like a smaller percentage of the time you've lived. So
Yeah.
but when you're young, obviously it's like,
Oh, right.
you know.
And I
Yeah, it
think
just
it
goes by
goes
fast.
it goes down to like what you learn. You know, for if you've been alive for 5 years and you learn X in a day, you're learning a substantial amount for how long you've been alive.
You guys remember anything from being 5?
Yeah,
Not
kindergarten.
really, dude. I think my earliest memory is like crawling around with a balloon.
That's actually crazy. Like I definitely
Really?
remember, I
That's your
remember-
first
Yeah.
core memory?
I mean, I barely remember it, but I just have
And
like
you
a
were
little
5
vivid-
crawling.
I don't know if I was 5. I just remember it was like I had a little bell and I was just like crawling and there's a balloon. It was like ding ding ding.
No, that's what I
Like
mean.
you were
I,
like,
like
baby status.
I have no
That's
idea.
what I mean, like-
just, for some reason, have a little bit of a memory of that.
yeah.
having your first memories when you're 3 and 4 makes sense. But yeah, if you were 5, I'd be like, you missed out on something.
Oh, do you guys remember your first memory?
Man, I have certain memories back from like being like 2 and 3 of like the moment, but
Yeah.
not necessarily like what happened in it. But yeah, I remember like when I was 2, my dad would like put me on a little 4-wheeler, like a
Oh.
Polaris 4-wheeler, and then a snow scoot. I like remember driving around the lake on it.
Oh, that's pretty young.
That's pretty young.
2? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, 2's tiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could drive.
I mean, I don't know about drive. I could go in circles.
That's pretty good, actually.
At least sit there and do something.
My first was when I was 3, and it was like the flood of 97. Technically 98. It was
You were
like the
3 then?
spring.
Were you
I was
sandbagging?
No, but I remember going on the street just being stoked because the street was now a river. You know, like the street was fully filled with water, and I'm just like, who did this? This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
pretty sick. And then just splashed down in the street, and I'm like, I can't believe. Is it gonna be like this forever? And then they're like, no, it's flooded. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Mike's crawling up on the dike, gets arrested.
No, dude, I just lived down like the road from CJ. Like all of Fargo was flooded.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
wasn't
shit.
even close to the river.
I wonder if there's anyone who has like memory of it all. Like they
Yeah,
remember
actually.
like
Popping out
First
of the
day.
van.
Day.
Or like at
First
least
day
out. Yeah.
There's gotta be in
Like they
this.
just have some kind of
Some-
super
yeah, some-
memory.
There's gotta be. And I was thinking about that the other day. There's gotta be people out there that can remember every single detail like it's real time, like playing it out. Like this is exactly what I did when I woke up, and then this is exactly what I did that day.
You'll have better memory of doing like a lot of the stuff we're doing right now if you ever slow down, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to almost like collect your thoughts more. But right now it's just like everything's going so fast.
I feel like in general, we just get fed so much info. Like I've looked at Facebook Marketplace today a significant amount. Like I've looked at thousands of items. And when have you, when in the past or in other parts of life, have you ever like had that much information just like thrown at you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
People
just
talk
saw a
about it a
video
lot.
about that too. Like, yeah, dude's like, I swear, I mean, I don't know. I'm not looking this up, but I probably consumed more content and things today than someone in like the 30s have consumed their entire life.
Yeah.
You get some radio and some TV, that's it. But and then he also said something really funny. He's like, like I'm watching a video of like just a podcast clip, but then below it, most of the rest of the video is just like some mobile game that's like supposed to be satisfying. He's like, when did we decide that was going to be the way we were going to digest content?
I was wondering the same
Yeah,
thing.
How'd we get that?
Yeah, who
bad?
decided that?
I'm
I
glad
mean,
that-
it works though, dude. How many podcasts have you listened to with the little Subway Surfers
I
guy?
disagree. I disagree
Really?
that
Oh,
it
every time.
works. As in, like, I'd listen to it either way because I think about it and it pisses me off. But then someone, posted it and was like, how we're going to watch, like, movies in 2050. And you go to the movie theater and they're playing the movie in, like, this little streaming area and the rest of it's just a mobile
Video
game replay. Or, like, GTA, yeah.
Did you guys see that they're coming out with a new GTA?
Really?
I guess,
did.
I did. But, like, to be honest, and we're talking about 6 here.
Yeah.
I like didn't.
Wow,
I
that's
never know if
crazy,
it's set in
dude.
stone.
GTA 5 came out when I was in the
Like
11th grade.
years
yeah.
ago, I think.
It was 2013. Yeah.
So yeah, they've
2012
been
maybe.
working on it for 10 years, but
Essentially,
GTA 5 still makes a stupid amount of money every single day.
we
Yeah,
don't
they've
need
been
it.
revamping
We
as it
don't-
goes, but still, it's like the same general game. If you start up the career mode right now, I'm pretty sure you play the same
Yeah, I think
No,
that
it's all
was,
the online. There's
Right, all
expansion
kinds of
packs.
stuff.
I mean, it's like a whole universe, dude.
Oh, there is
Like, it's
more. Like, I was
crazy.
always, I think the thing that wasn't selling me on GTA 5 was that the map didn't grow. The heists and the characters did online. Lots of cool stories, but
Dude, the
the
map's
map,
fucking huge.
Dude, the
But
new
did it
map,
grow?
look that up, Ken, how much bigger the new
Oh,
GTA
yeah.
map is. And it's my favorite part is it's a Florida, Southwest
Yes.
Florida.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
big.
Makes
right.
sense.
Yeah. 2 times as big, but it looks even more.
When's that come out?
Estimated 2025.
Wow.
oh,
So
are
GTA
we even going to be around then?
Hopefully.
GTA 5 makes $2.5 million every single day.
Still?
Made $1 billion last year
Holy.
And that's an old game, dude.
that's
from 2013.
crazy.
People live their life like in that game. Like they have jobs. Like some people are like fast food freaking people. Some people are like pimps.
I've seen that.
Like some
where
people are like the
you like
the
role play.
hoes that work for the pimp, and like they have to like, yeah, it's like all just role play. And I don't know why. I mean, it sounds kind of fun, but also like, why not
But-
just do
yeah.
something in real life? I don't know.
I think you sent it, Ryan. It was like this dude out on his yacht, and he had an F40, a Ferrari F40, like sitting on it, going to Morocco F1 or whatever. And then tons of comments like, "This is how you know you're rich," this and that. And this guy comments, "I can't even afford this in GTA," which is saying something because usually if you play it long enough, you can buy a
Or
tank if
anything.
you want. Yeah.
Buy whatever you want, yeah.
I think with VR headsets, like those kind of games are going to become so realistic.
Oh, dude, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be so cool, honestly.
It really will be.
There's days I wish I had the time to play video games occasionally. I feel like it'd be kind of fun.
I agree.
Like
I
lock
agree.
in and be good. But the problem is now I'm so bad at them. It'd be way too frustrating. Like I couldn't go play Fortnite. I'd get wrecked.
Yeah.
I'd get just demolished. It
You were
wouldn't even
getting
be fun.
wrecked back in the day.
Yeah, when I tried to play.
Ken, do you still play, what is it, Plane Simulator or Farm Simulator?
It's actually the lawn mowing simulator.
Oh, Lawn Mowing Simulator.
No,
No, I thought it was a plane.
I don't even remember the last time I turned my Xbox on.
Ken bought an Xbox and we were like, what are you going to play with that? Oh, I don't know. Only game he bought was, I thought it was it Plane or
Flight-
Lawnmower?
Original.
No, I
Flight
actually got
Simulator.
I got the Game Pass. You pay like $15 a month for you to never use it. It's the worst thing ever. But
But you could get unlimited games.
yeah,
Nice. That's kind of cool. Speaking of crazy money, though, did you guys see that Happy Dad has sold 6 million cases of Happy Dad?
Yeah, that's wild. In
And
2
then-
years.
And then now you start doing the math on they sold it for $20 a case.
What do you think it costs
What
per
is that?
case?
Quick little bag.
6
Like genuinely, what does it cost to
$6 million
produce?
times 20
I think
120 billion?
million.
Million. 120 million bucks on Happy Dad. You know, the only thing I'm confused is why the fuck is it not in Minnesota yet? Like, Two Turn Tony has his own hard tea, and it's in Minnesota already.
Really?
Yeah.
he's sending us some, by the way.
Is he
Is
really?
he really?
Yeah.
Did you hit him
Cool.
up or what?
No, I don't know. His team hit us up and was like, hey,
On
love your
CBoys?
page. You guys want some free booze or something like that? You know, it was probably pretty basic.
Sick.
But I was like, yeah.
We'll take it.
Free
Fuck
boost.
yeah.
Yes, please.
It is really interesting. I think there's like a lot of politics when it comes to the alcohol business.
I think it's super regulated.
It just seems strange that like North Dakota, Minnesota, none of the states around us. I don't know about Wisconsin, but
Do you think it's regulated by alcohol companies?
part of it's to do with like the alcohol distributors in different regions and all the different laws and like who plays politics with who, and
It's freaking
it's all
crazy.
just dumb.
it is cool though. That's a lot.
$120 million.
It's a lot of dough
Dude, that's nuts.
for them.
Already, only after like 2 years, they're not even in every state. They're not
Yeah.
in Canada.
I think the thing about that though is you got to wonder how many people have like are a part of that pot.
Oh, quite a few.
I'm sure a
'cause
lot.
it's like
Definitely.
it's not an easy product to manufacture and it's not an easy product to distribute. You know, like so many people along the way are getting
Yeah,
their fingers in there
Taking
somewhere.
a bit out of it.
Average net profit on alcohol is 10 to 15%.
Yeah.
Really? So it's smaller than you'd think.
Way
It's
smaller.
not like a shirt, but
I'm sure there's things to look into and that we could benefit from it. But one thing that stokes me is that like we've never turned to investors. And you know, one day we might have to, one day we might not have to. We have big ideas, but like investors with their hands in essentially your bucket, that's not
scary
fun.
business.
It's
Yeah.
scary. it
Well-
can mean good things, and it a lot of times makes things possible that would never be possible. But
Yeah, I think the thing about investors, if you're like bringing those or that kind of money in, if you need it, is like you're probably doing something big, and it's
Yeah,
right,
if you have
right.
and if you have the right person who can add more than just money.
if it's just money, they're not taking anything else away.
Yeah, that's
You know?
true.
You get, well, I put up 10% for this. I want like some decisions, and then they like say no on one big idea, and then you're like,
Yeah,
I'm
it'd be
just glad
tough.
we don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
There
Just
was
have to
people
report
back
to
in
you
the
boys.
day- There was people back in the day that after our very first talk or whatever, they asked us to do like a TED talk, and this one kid's dad wanted to like asked if we needed like money for investing and for like obviously a percentage then, and we just said no.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But yeah,
I think a lot of people listening right now too, if you want to start something or like do your own thing, if you find the right bank, having a bank in your pocket can be like your greatest asset.
Yeah.
Like when we were trying to move into this shop and buy this shop, we were like shopping around from like a couple different banks, and like this one bank wouldn't even give us a loan for like $80,000 to buy the rest of the shop, and we had like all of it paid off in
We
cash.
provided them with some very solid information and backing.
Yeah. It was like a fairly small amount of money that we needed to buy the rest of it against like a big asset like that. Wasn't asking for much, and they wouldn't give it to us.
No, it's so frustrating.
Wild.
And we like just went down the road, went to another bank, and like they laughed at that. Like they couldn't believe that like someone wouldn't. And we've been with them ever since. And like they've taken care of us on a Friday morning. Call them,
Personal level.
yeah, need something by Friday afternoon. But like I think that's super important. And if you can't get something done, or if a certain bank doesn't believe in like the vision or won't give you money for some idea that you have or business loan, like just go and find someone that will, because they are out there.
My dad tells this cool story about when he was buying his first ever lake property. He was young at the time, and lake property back then wasn't like sought after. And so back then it wasn't like you put in a loan request at a bank online. You drove around, you sat down, you shook hands, you put on a suit, like all that shit. And he said he drove from every bank from Fargo all the way down Highway 10 around and asked everybody for money, and they wouldn't give him. Same thing. He had more than like 50% down. They wouldn't give him this little amount of money he needed. And I may be exaggerating on how I remember it, but how I remember it is he said he was so sad, he was like almost crying, or was. And the only thing that would make him happy is in his childhood, he used to go through the Barnesville Dairy Queen. He drove through the Barnesville Dairy Queen, and as he was sitting there eating a peanut butter parfait, he saw another bank, and he walked in there and they gave him the money. And then from there on out.
It's almost like the small town banks. If you get a personal relationship with that, or with bankers like that, then it'll help you a lot more than bigger places, is what we've found.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's kind of just some advice.
A little business advice for you guys.
Also, ain't nothing wrong with a little leverage here and there too. If you want to like put some money in and then loan the rest for a big idea or a big purchase that you're gonna grow the business with, like ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
Which I think people don't talk enough about enough, especially with like real estate too. If you want to buy a rental house or some kind of property that's going to be making you money, put 20% down, finance the rest, and then have a tenant pay for your mortgage.
And have to kick him out for smoking pot.
Might happen, but like I think there's like this idea that a lot of people are afraid of debt, and there is such thing as like good or bad debt.
For sure.
That's
Some
what I was
people
gonna say.
cannot handle that, but if it's like a cash producing asset, or in our case, if we were to buy something that's going to be making content, something like that, nothing wrong with it.
I'd just say you better make sure it's a good, it's a safe bet. Like if you're gonna get a loan, like don't be getting a loan for something stupid.
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
but there's-
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
telling you to go out and get like
Yeah.
a crazy car loan at 12%, but like for people that have a business,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
100%.
yeah, for sure. I was like, because it's easy to say it's got to be a safe bet, but I was like, calculated risk taking has got us to where we are today.
Yeah. No, I'd
Precisely.
say like, I mean, going and getting a college loan or getting a loan for like a business idea startup is about the same.
Yeah.
Especially with how many people,
especially if you put the same time and effort that you put into school, if you do.
Exactly.
You know, I just always think of that. You put a bunch of money into school, which nothing wrong with that. If you break down the money per class that it costs,
And the time.
you don't even, usually if you're going to university, you don't even want to know. And some of those classes are online, and some of those classes you blow off because they're online now because of COVID, and you're looking at $50 a session. Oh, you just paid $50 to sleep through class or go to class and not learn anything, or maybe still learn something. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it is nuts.
And you went to 3 classes today? Holy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you put that same into a business. I'm not saying to do that, but it could really benefit you if you have a solid, stern idea that you're confident with.
And say you got a pressure washing company and you're like, man, I really need some money for the business, and you could buy a new trailer so you could do bigger jobs. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Using that money to put forces on your truck so you look cool, not a good idea.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, there's smart uses for everything. But shit, maybe you're the guy with the pressure washing company driving around on forces, and then everybody goes, that guy looks cool.
Yeah,
I
who
want to work
knows?
for him. Don't let me tell you what to do. Tell yourself what to do.
Yeah.
That's good. I always get a kick out of that. The guys, you know, they're starting carpenter, whatever, any business, and they're like tricking their trucks out. I don't hate it. I'm all for it, whatever. But like they're tricking. Oh, the whole fleet's got to be tricked out too. I have my truck, which is going to be the coolest, and then I have Donnie's, my right hand men. They're going to have F-250s, and they're obviously lifted. They won't have forces on them, but they got to be nice. Ain't no work. We're not doing vinyl floors here.
Yeah.
Which, like, you could definitely just do work trucks.
True. Yeah.
I heard our buddy Luke Payne, he has an excavating company, and he has all black machines. He gets them painted. He hangs American flags from them, and they're always clean and stuff. And someone asked him, like, why do you spend all that money on it? He goes, well, I'm proud of my work, and I want my machines to show it and stuff like that. So there's sides to the coins.
Yeah, I think there is something to be said about a guy pulling up to your house to give you a quote on, some landscaping thing, and he's driving a nice truck. You can tell that he's got attention to detail, and his truck is clean, and maybe it's not overkill, but it looks presentable.
That's actually a good point. Even if you can't afford the nice truck yet, make your truck clean when they pull up, even if it is the 90s Chevy. But if that 90s Chevy looks like it's gotten a car wash this century, looks low attention to detail.
And yeah, don't throw your Mountain Dew bottles and your taquito wrappers in your passenger floor.
Yeah. Or in the back of your truck bed.
I know a lot of people do that. Like Evan does it. A lot of people do
We
that.
got a lot of empty twisted teas in the back of the SEMA truck.
Do we?
Yeah.
From what?
I mean, what do you mean from
yeah,
what?
I was gonna say probably drinking.
How'd they end up there? Who knows?
In the habit of cleaning that out once a week even would do people wonders.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Ken's signaling to us that the cameras are too hot. So we podcasted too hard today, boys.
Man, these summer podcasts are just getting off the charts, man.
We got to crank the AC.
Ken's back there fanning him.
In a workout.
That seems like a good spot, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Subscribe
guys
if you
next
haven't.
week.
Drop on the 22nd, and appreciate you guys listening.
That's June 22nd.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.